Hey guys, welcome back to an episode of Project Ozone 3 Kappa mode. Before we get into it, I'd like to ask you all to please like, subscribe, and leave any comments you have for me down in the description. Or, down in the comments, of course. Other than that, in the description you can find my Twitch, where we live stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday, from 1 o'clock on to whenever we get done. In addition to that, you can check out my Twitter, which is also linked down in the description, where you will see when we go live with Twitch, and of course when we go live with new videos of this. In addition to that, you can check out the Discord where you can hang out and chat with other people doing mod packs like this. And get some tips maybe. Or maybe just give some tips because they're needed. Before we get, well, now that we've got that through, all that done, let's get into the episode. So, we have a couple things today. One thing I didn't even intend to do, but we're going to have to. So, I made one of these capacitors. I threw it in the energy table or whatever, to get some energy, so I can dupe them. So that works now. Off camera, I did get us all the way up to the lime matter, down the matter tree. If I go into here and look at phi, we're down to lime matter. We don't really need these other 4 matters anytime soon, as far as I can tell. So right now this lime matter should be all good. And we want to start working on this wand of animation, which brought me to a couple things. So first of all, this lime matter is pretty expensive. And our system for getting the emeralds that's set up in our RFtools dimension is not super fast. So I want to get the builder, which is going to require, we have everything else. We just need the tin crystal, which you can get from the crystallizer thing from abyssalcraft, which requires us to get to the dreadlands, which is going to be a little bit of work. And I also have the stuff set up to do the staff of rending, which is what allows us to start working on the later dimensions past the Corellium plagued whatever that we have right now. So the goal this time, or also before we get into that, I also built a big reactor to support the powering of that dimension. So this thing pretty much stays full on like barely use, like it sips yellorium. And to fill it up, I set up a yellorium seed. So now we're getting yellorium crops. Though none of these are growing very fast right now because of the problem that we need to tackle first this episode, which is these entangler porters just randomly quit working. It's happened to me a couple times. As far as I can tell, no one has a good solution other than just break it and place it again, which is not a solution that works for me personally. So we are going to switch over to the Ender.io version, which is the dimensional transceiver, which is going to require crystallized pink slime ingots. The pink slime ingots, of course, coming from a fluid sieving machine, which we should be able to craft pretty quickly. So let's get to work on this. Okay, so fluid sieving machine, that's our first step. I need a conduit, fluid conduit, if we don't have any in here. Not a big deal, we have some in here. Just need a single conduit essentially. Now we just connect it up. Does appear to be, and everything appears to be pressurized, so we should be okay. I guess we can set this fluid sieving machine up right here. Which cables do I have set up over here? Because it only collect on the same cable. These the crystalline or the energetic? These are the energetic. And we can actually work on getting the top tier of these cables and just switching everything over, but at the moment I just want to get this fluid sieving machine set up, so Okay, so here's this. Extract, that was active. This one, just take it. And then we just need to give it iron. And I believe once we get one of these ingots, we can dupe them with EMC. So hopefully. I don't remember for sure. So those don't have EMC, but I mean, they're used for some things. But this does not have EMC. Okay, so we cannot dupe them that way. Okay, so we need it for what we're doing. Grains of piesality. Or piesality, or whatever the hell they're supposed to be called. There we go. Should quickly turn into the crystalline pink slime we need. And off camera, like I said, I can just go up to the max tier stuff relatively quickly. I don't have, what do I have? I don't have hardened, I don't have glass. Hardened glass. Need 2 of that. Should have everything. There's our dimensional transceiver, which I think is a quest as well. Does appear to have been, yep. Alright, so it's going to take me a little bit of time, so I'm going to cut real quick now that we have this, and I'm going to set them up. I'm going to get a bunch of them through EMC, set them up, set up the system over again, essentially, using them instead, and see how that works out. And I'll also need to rework this automation I have set up for withers. With the wither boss automation, we'll need a little rework when we do it, but that'll be fine. Alright, so yeah, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll be right back, and see you guys then. BRB. Hey guys, welcome back. So, off camera, I converted everything over to in the dimensional transceivers. So now everything should be running on those. I did forget though, these need capacitors, so I did have to dupe some of those with EMC. Not a big deal. I upgraded our cables as well. I took them all the way to the stellar, so now this should stay pretty much full at all times, and this stays full at all times, and of course this stays mostly full. If it gets down below 75%, it'll boot up and run for about 2 seconds, and then it fills that up. Yeah. So, now that we have that done, I wanted to get into what I actually intended to do this episode before we had this little problem we had to deal with. And that is... how much of this do we need? How much of this do we need for that? Let's make one more stellar alloy just to get that quest complete. Should be easy enough for the machine to craft it up. Okay. So, right. Another thing we need to do is make the staff of rending. This is a quest. An Omicron. So that we can start working on the wastelands Necronomicon, which requires skins of Abyssal Night, which require these Abyssal Wasteland essence, which you get by essentially just sucking it out of entities. I'll show you guys. Let's see what the stellar alloy quest done as well. Oh, and we have a lot more EMC now. Because I took all of these compressed emerald blocks of emerald, and turned them in too. So yeah, we're working on getting to the dreaded gateway key so we can get into the dreadlands. And then that'll eventually allow us to get to Amethol, but we don't really need any of this stuff at the moment. We just need to get to the dreadlands so that we can get this crystallizer made from much of dreadium stuff that is only available there. So let's go to the abyssal, what is this, like the abyssal waste or something? Or Corellium. Wait, I don't remember the exact. Essentially, this is all we got to do. I just got to sit and do this until we fill up this staff. This is the whole process. So we're just gonna sit and do this for about, I'm just gonna get the first one on camera and then we'll go from there. How close to the first one are we? We're getting there. Can I do it to him? Oh, these fucking things. Come on, die. All of you flying shits who can shoot me are gonna have to die. And a lot of this shit's gonna have to leave the M. Go. There we go. So I just need to get a couple of these together to progress, because we need to get the Wastelands Necronomicon so that we can then work through to get this dreaded gateway key. And we'll probably need a transmuter as well, but we'll work on that. So I'm going to collect up as many of these Abyssal Wasteland Essence as I think we need to continue on, and then I'll be back. So see you guys in a little bit. Alright guys, we're back. This should be the end, the last cut. Or that should have been the last cut. So now we have an Abyssal Wastelands Necronomicon, which is a quest. I also want to upgrade the Staff of Rending to the better tier Staff of Rending. These I think require us to use this thing. Nope. Okay. So we need to set up an altar like this, except in the Corellium dimension. So we're gonna set it up, and then we just should have a couple PE in it to use to get there. There we go. Right. Now we just need to charge this one up. Only need 1,000, which will take like no time at all. So I'm gonna let that go, and I'm gonna quickly go put everything in the table so it's ready to go as soon as we are, and then we'll have to figure out what we need to do. Okay, so Staff of Rending there. 3 Corellium Plagued Flesh. 4 Abyssal Cobblestone. I think this is right. Let me just check it. Uses? It's Abyssal Stone, not Abyssal Cobblestone. Good thing I checked that. Because we would have lost all our stuff. Okay. So let's just smelt it up into stone. Should also turn off F7 just so that it stops. It's causing not a lot of lag, but just the mesh causes a little bit of lag. All right. Do we have 1,000 PE in the book? We should by now. Yeah, we got plenty of PE in the book. Good. Now we just need to go to the wastelands. Up here. Doot. Doot. And then I need to have it in my inventory so I can check. Uses. Does this require a sacrifice? No, it does not appear to. Oh, it's because I have the... What is wrong? This has got... It only needs 1,000. It's got 6,000. Or does it require 10,000? Is that the problem? I keep messing that up. What does this require? It requires 1,000 PE. Does not appear to be working. Let me check all the things we have. Abyssal Stone. From Abyssal Cobblestone. The Dark Stone. That would be the problem. All right, let's try that again. Okay. Now we should be all good, finally. This is just going to make it much easier to collect up the essence stuff we need. Okay. Now we're going to do weird culty ritually things. Bang. Ow. This one should more quickly. It gets more from each, essentially. So this is going to get a lot more than the last one did. Like, I got I think it took like 3 or 4 depth schools to get one before. Now I get it on 3. It's much better. Okay. Now, that's about all we have time for, sadly. So, didn't have much time to get into the farther on stuff. Yeah, I'll look at this stuff and get the stuff ready for it, and we will do it next time. We also will probably get this this upgraded pedestal, because it stores 10,000 PE, which is much better than what we have right now. So yeah, I will get that pedestal before next time, and I will also get together all the stuff I need to do to get into the Corellium, or not Corellium, the Dreadlands, so that we can do the Dreadium stuff. And then we'll pretty much be done with abyssalcraft for the time being. We'll eventually have to do more of it, but that's about it for now. So, yeah, I guess we'll end off in the Dreadlands. Or, not the Dreadlands, in the wastelands. So it's like Fallout. Okay. The loading takes forever. Yeah, so about it for this episode. You all are free to leave. Have a good day. Enjoy yourselves. Goodbye. Still here? Go on, head out. We're out of time today. We'll be back next time. Goodbye.